everyone, welcome back to Life with Jasmine, where I talk about mental health because my mind matters and I talk about it. We have survived another year. Okay, so this year has been insane. It started off really bad and then it's ending really good, but also not there yet. Like, it's really good, but I'm gonna get to that. My year started with a crazy car accident that I was involved in. I was driving down this road at 8 a.m. No, 8 p.m. 8 o'clock at night. I was using my GPS and I looked down at it for a second, and when I looked up, there was this dog in the road. I swerved to avoid it, and upon swerving it, I lost control, and then I was going like this way and that way, and then it was under a bridge, and so I hit the railing, and at the same time my shoulder and my head hit the door, and then I spun out and the car nosedived into a muddy ditch, and it was literally this far from the trunk of a telephone pole that literally would have fallen on me if I had hit it. Thankfully I didn't, but I did hit the telephone box, and a few days later we came back and we saw the box just flung across the field. Like, it was insane. And then a week later, I was told that the man that I was in love with was a pathological lying sex offender. So after I was told that, the first thing I did was film this video called "I Fell in Love with a Pathological Lying Sex Offender." No, I didn't add the sex offender part. I said I fell in love with a pathological liar, just to document like what I was experiencing in that moment. Afterwards, for the next week, I just felt like I couldn't breathe, and I was so scared because it didn't matter what he had done or what he did to me. I just didn't want him to take his life. I did not want to live in a world that didn't have him in it. I just wanted him to be safe. I wanted him to be okay, and I felt powerless. I felt broken. I felt like, how could the world still be moving on without him? Everything was so heavy and agonizing. I couldn't breathe. And that's what I believed for 6 months, and that has been the biggest effect on me, because I'm like, I've known this guy for 4 years. Time after time after time, God has confirmed to me that he was the one, and now I'm like, why did he tell me that? If he was this person and that he was going to be in prison for the next however long, why would God tell me that he was the one? I couldn't trust God anymore. My trust in God was broken. Like, I couldn't trust myself and my own feelings, and so how could I know what God was telling me if I couldn't trust how I felt? And then in February, my Aunt Melissa passed away, and she was my confidant. She was my best friend. She was my go-to person when I needed an escape from life, and my go-to person when I just needed someone to let me fall apart. And I lost her. And that has been the biggest loss of my life. And to this day, it still affects me. I still mourn over her, and she will forever be a hole in my heart. And so for the next several months after that, I just felt like I was a shell, like an empty shell. I was kind of like compressing my love for him, because I knew that everyone wasn't going to support my love for him. Everyone I ever talked to, they're always like, oh, he's an asshole. Like, you just need to move on, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't understand how I felt. No one ever understood how I felt about him, or how I still felt knowing, believing what I was told, because I still loved him. I kept feeling that confirmation that he was gonna come back and that he was the one, and I was confused. And I tried this year, tried after tried to find another guy, and no one compared to him. every guy I met, I just felt like I couldn't give myself fully to another man. I felt like I was always going to wish that that man was him. Legitimately tried and it wasn't gonna happen. And so I really just felt alone and I felt empty and broken. The only thing I had left was my left four horses. And so in March, that's what I focused on, was going to go visit my friend's horses, Mango and Dakota. I gained a new pony pal, and so we were training the horses together, riding the horses together. And that's what I put all of what was left of me towards. Through that, I started to build up little by little to become somewhat okay. And then in April, I took my trip to Utah, and that was a life-changing experience for me. I reconnected with previous friends, and then I connected with new friends. I just found my soul there in Utah. Like, I felt whole there. I felt like I could have a fresh start there. I could recreate myself there. And so that's when I made the decision that I was going to move there. And so when I came home, that was my drive, is I was going to get a job, and then I was going to make my way over to Utah, and I was going to start a new life there. In June, I got the job that I have now, and it's been incredible. Like, my whole life has been so hard to have a job and to hold a job, because I've had such bad experiences with managers, and then I just haven't found the job where I just felt complete, and I haven't found a job where I felt myself in, or comfortable or accepted. My coworkers are my family, and they are my support system, and I love each and every one of them with my whole heart, and they are just amazing women. I love them, especially my boss, the head honcho. She is the absolute best person to ever work for. I love my job. And it's not because of the job itself, it's because of the people I work with. It's the people that you work with that really makes the environment and makes it a good place to work. July was Sky's first birthday with me. She had a birthday like 2 months after I originally adopted her, but I didn't know that it was her birthday. I thought her birthday was in February. So we got to celebrate this time, and we went over to her birth mom's place, and we had a little party for her, bought her a cake, and it was adorable. Just a few weeks later, I got a call from him. I found out that everything that I was told about him being a pathological lying sex offender and everything else in that conversation, it was all lies. Everything I was told was a lie. And that's actually the reason why he's in there, was lies, lies, lies. It's a whole big story that I'm gonna have to put in a separate video. All right, I'm going to tell it. So be sure to subscribe if you're interested in hearing what happened. It's so messed up. He gave me permission to share his story, and we honestly want to tell the story because we need to draw attention to what is going on. Like, it's very important. Whenever that video comes out, please be sure that you watch it. So yeah, he tells me the whole story. He tells me that he is absolutely innocent. He's in there just for lies, lies, lies. And we're official. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, I promise you. I didn't just jump right in. But long story short, I have a boyfriend now. For the first time ever in my life, I, Jasmine Quake, have a boyfriend. He just makes me so incredibly happy, okay? I just need everyone to know this. He makes me so happy. He's the cutest person ever. That's cool. What's not cool is that my boyfriend is still in prison. August, I did. Okay, so in August, I actually became a manager at the store that I work at now. And that, my friends, is a huge, huge step up for me. It is a huge deal. And so, congratulate me. Thank you. Thank you very much. December, I met my boyfriend's family. Oh my gosh, love I love his family to death. Like, I met his mom, his dad, his sister. They are just the most amazing people ever. They are so cool. They are so kind. They have such warm and welcoming hearts, and they're so much fun. I get along with them so well, and I love them. I love them to little bits and pieces. Oh my gosh. It made me so happy. So what happened was we were going to go visit my boyfriend in prison for Christmas. But just as I was like a minute away from his family's place, they called and said that they were all quarantined. Like, his whole block was quarantined and we couldn't go see him. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just spend the day with you guys. So that was my first time ever meeting my boyfriend's family. And I've known him for 4 years. I was so happy that day. And I got to meet all the animals. They have like 6 dogs and like a ferret, a chinchilla, like so many cats, and then chickens, ducks, and a pig. I love it. I love it. Oh, and they took me out for lunch, and yeah, it was a really good day. I love my in-laws. So the point of me telling you all of this is just to tell you about where I am right now on my mental health journey. And to be 100% honest with you, right here, right now, and for the past several months now, I have been in the absolute best place I have ever been my entire life. Like, last year, I was able to say I was better than ever. This year, I'm better than that. Like, I feel incredible. My entire life, I've struggled with depression. Every day, I've experienced like physical pain and just this heaviness on my heart and darkness in my mind. Like, I always felt like I was just moving through darkness, and I felt like nothing. And I've struggled with those thoughts telling me that I'm nothing, I'm worthless, I'm never gonna be good enough, I'm never gonna be loved. I've hurt and I have hurt and I've hurt every single day of my life. Like, throughout my entire life, I would have 6 out of 7 days a week I would be miserable. Every just once in a while it would be a good day. Just once in a while I would be genuinely happy. But now, where I am right now, it's the opposite. I've had no symptoms of depression for months now. I feel so light. I feel so free. I feel empowered. I feel like me. I can't tell you how good that feels. And then it's just like every once in a while, I will have a day where I'm just sad. Like, those negative thoughts will pop in my head sometimes. And some days it is harder to avoid them. I do have those days where I'll just get in a really bad mood and I'll get really, there's no other word to describe it other than sad. Like, I just feel so sad and I really can't figure out why. And I just feel like maybe it's some kind of depression residue or something. I don't know. But the next day, I feel normal again. That one sad day only happens like, I don't know, I think out of 5 months, I've only had that like twice. At work, at least. Thanksgiving and Christmas were really sad days as well, just because I didn't have my boyfriend with me. Because I kept thinking about his situation. But I just want to tell you, like, this year it started out with me like at my very lowest. Like I had nothing left in me. I worked on myself and I built myself and I changed myself and I grew stronger. Basically, what I was trying to say is that I evolved into my full evolution. Sure, there's going to be more in the future. And I took control of my life. This is the year that I gave myself Quake, Jasmine Quake. When that happened, that's when I knew who I was. And I feel free. I feel like that's the best word to describe it, is I feel free. Free to be me, to be myself, to talk about what matters to me, and to do what matters to me, and to be me. 100% me. And I just feel so good. I mean, I'm always going to have those days where I struggle. I'm always going to have a mental breakdown every now and then. I'm always going to have those sad days. And that's okay to let myself hurt sometimes. I let myself hurt for my boyfriend because right now that's like my biggest struggle in my life, is the fact that he is so miserable, locked away, and then I can't see him. I can't touch him. I can't hold him when he's depressed. I can't help him. I feel powerless in that area because I can't just go there and pick him up and bring him home. I haven't seen him in 2 years, and it's a real struggle to not have him here with me, especially now that I finally have him. He's finally mine. He is in the darkest place of his life right now. He's in the darkest place of his life. And that hurts me. Everything that hurts him hurts me. When he gets home, as long as I can help it, I will never let anything hurt him again. I just want to take it all away for him. I want to hold him. I want to see him. Okay, what even is this video? I guess the moral of the story is that the bad doesn't last. I feel like that is just my entire moral of my story, of my life story, is that the bad doesn't last forever. My whole point of sharing my story is because I want to be a beacon for those who are in the dark right now. I just want to tell you all that it is gonna get better. You're not going to hurt all the time. And I know that's all cliche, because I promise I've heard it before and I know how it feels when people say it to you. It's all like, shut up. I want to find the right words. I just want to find the right words to get the message across to you in the right way. By sharing my story, I feel like is the best way to do that. And so I just want to be proof to you that the bad doesn't last. The good will come, and then the bad will come again, but then also the good will come again. And throughout the entire journey, there's always going to be light and love in Jesus Christ and God. So just hold on to that. No matter how bad it gets, just like how bad this year got for me in the beginning, just keep holding on to whatever you have to hold on to. That's basically it. That's my whole story. So that's kind of the moral of the story, and it's also kind of a life update, and it's also my year wrap up because today is the last year of 2021. Let's pray that this is going to be a good year, and let's pray that my boyfriend comes home because he really needs to be home. Please, please, please subscribe so you can see when I post that video where I tell his story. Yeah, and also I appreciate it if you watch all of my other videos as well. Give this video a thumbs up for 2022. Alright, so stay real and have a super sparkly day. Okay, fine. Announcements. I have a website. And okay, so my website, it doesn't have its official URL yet because I don't have the money to pay for a domain. So I'm just gonna leave it down in the description below, but I'm gonna tell you all about it. So my website is called Jasmine's Photography. And this is literally just a website that I've made through Wix, not sponsored, where I'm just gonna use for my photography specifically. It's a place where you can just go and you can see all the photography work that I have done. And then there's a little section in my contact where it tells you to buy my photos at Pick Fair. I still have to kind of update that. I only have 2 photos on there. Now just feel free to go check that out. And then keep checking it back to see what else I've posted on there. And then there's another little section called videos, and that's where I've posted a couple YouTube videos of my own that I would like to really highlight on my channel. Yeah, just go look at my website. Just go look. Just go look. I like it. I'm really proud of this one. This is my like 3rd or 4th attempt at making a website. And this is it. This is it. It's official. I will let you know whenever I do buy a domain so I can get the official URL, but for now, just ignore the stupidity of it for now. Okay, that's all. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you next year. Oh, and another thing. I got a ring light for Christmas. So I'm official now. I also have a phone tripod, so okay, bye.